This is Keith Boggs with Stern Buyer Property Inspections, and this is the debrief for 1613 Lisburn Drive. I've got about 65 items here. Some of these are pictures, most of these are pictures, some of them are videos. So we're going to go ahead and review all that stuff now. First picture you see here is just a picture, once it opens up here, just a picture of the front of the house. Nothing necessarily wrong, that's just for the title page of the report. And then the very first thing I do is get on the roof. These are hot gas vents, B vents, and this is some hail damage. Okay, it looks like the roof's been replaced.
Yes.
Has it been replaced recently?
I think it's 2016.
Yeah, so just recently. The roof looks new. So the roof's in good condition. No problems with the roof. This is just cosmetic. You've got two vents here that are hail damaged. One over here. These are both at the back of the house. And then one over here. That's just hail damage. It's not going to affect the performance of the vent. It's just cosmetic.
Okay.
This is a little short video of the roof cover. So after I inspect the roof, and people have always asked me, what does the roof look like? So I just started taking videos of the roof cover. So you're going to see it's a little short video. It's about a minute long. I'm just going to play the video so you've got it for this recording, but just so you can see what I see. This is a good, decent quality shingle, so you should get lots of years of use out of it, provided we don't get a bad storm.
Well, we hope that.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. It's a high-pitched roof, and it's a pretty good shingle, so it can take some pretty good hail before it causes any damage. And that little teeny pieces of hail here to think of. And since it's high pitch, the pitch is so steep, so when the hail comes down, it's not straight down. The energy is not going down. It gets deflected off. So it's a lot more resistant to hail. That's it. So, I've got a few more videos here too. This is a picture of I did a termite report here. I'll show you where the sticker's at here in a minute. I'll get a picture of it. So some of the vegetation is either touching the structure or underneath the guttering. So if you're doing a VA loan or FHA loan, this is considered a conducive condition for termites or wood-destroying insects. They're going to want this stuff remediated. In other words, if it's touching the structure, it needs to be trimmed away. It needs to be outside of what's called the drip edge of the shingles. Also, any kind of high soil is considered a conducive condition. If you're doing a conventional loan or you're paying cash, then it won't make a difference. This is just more vegetation, and then you do have some high soil here. This is at the front. So see up here, you can see the foundation, and here the soil is covering it. So that's a conducive condition for termites. Termites love to make their little nests instead of this mulch here, and then they work their way into the structure through these weed poles. So I did not find any termites, just a couple conducive conditions. So that just means you can just lower that down. It's just a small area, and then again trim the trees away. That's where it's located. This is what's called a corner compression crack. It's cracking on both sides. This is a pretty big one. And someday this may pop off. It's called a corner pop. So whether it's a compression crack or a corner pop, it's not structurally significant. It doesn't affect the performance of the foundation. However, this piece is pretty large, so if it fell off, at some point you may get some of these bricks coming loose. Also, it's going to open up an opening inside. This is hollow inside of there, where you can get rodents or bugs getting in there. So it'll be in the report as something that needs to be repaired. It's a simple repair, and that's where that one's located. You've got a few more of these. That's very normal for a house. This is the location of your gas meter. I'm required to tell you where that's at. This is the water pressure to the house. So the range is 40 to 80, and you're almost at 80. So that's good water pressure. That's perfect. Not too high, not too low. This is a vent over on the house faces east on the south side, and they caulked it in place, but they forgot to put screws here, fasteners. There, and there. So at some point, if they don't have those screws in there, it's going to fall off. The caulking's going to crack, and it's going to fall loose in the structure, and that's a pretty big hole. That's actually coming off of the microwave right there. So this is going to add some fasteners there. That's something that happened during construction. They forgot. That's where it's located. This is actually, see it breaking off here? This is a corner pop. It popped off. This is a very small one. That's just located down there. Then you have another pretty big one here. It's cracked here, but also cracked, so you can't see it. It's kind of hidden behind here. So again, several of these just need to be repaired. It's a minor repair. That's located down there. This is your condenser. Some of these pictures in here are just for me. The next picture is a picture of the manufacturer's label, and that's just for when I'm looking at the panel box. It has information, so I'm looking inside the panel box, so I can look for the match breaker, and it was fine.
Okay.
This is a little short video of the condenser. And this is how it sounds good, it's running good, air conditioning worked great, heating worked great. But this is just kind of a video, just how it's running today, what it sounds like. So this is what it should sound like. If you get down the road and you think it sounds weird, just play this video and you can compare the two. So that way you can, you're not calling somebody out there. If it sounds the same, it's probably nothing wrong with it. Okay, then we'll come back to it. This is the, actually we're going to play it. No damage to it. It sounds nice and quiet. It sounds good. And that's just really so you have this for the video. This is a sticker that shows I did a termite report. Okay, so this is at the panel box. Right there. So if you have any termites show up, then you call the phone number here in Dallas, and they'll come out and treat it for free.
Okay.
And again, that sticker's right here on the panel box. Okay, it's for 1 year. 1 year from when you close. So if you close the end of this month or middle of next month, 1 year from that point.
Okay, that's great.
Now this is the inside of the panel box. This is just so I would tell you I did remove the panel box, looked inside the panel box, looked at the wiring, looked at the breakers, everything looked fine. There's quite a bit of stuff in the garage. So there's going to be a comment in the report saying that I couldn't see all the walls in the garage. It's basically, it's a newer house. I don't think there's anything there, but it's going to be a statement just that you should question the seller. So the inspector said he couldn't see anything, couldn't see behind his boxes. Is there anything there that you want to tell us? Is there a hole in the wall? Anything they want to disclose.
Okay.
There's quite a bit of stuff in there. This is your water heater, and everything was fine with the water heater. That's the manufacturer's label. It's 2015. That's really just for me. This is your sprinkler system. You have 11 zones. I did check every single zone in the sprinkler system, and they all were fine. That's just showing that it is wired for 11 zones. This is a little short video. In the center of this is the water meter. This little gauge here is called a low flow indicator. And if you turn the water on, it'll spin around. If the water's on just a little teeny bit, even dripping like less than that, it'll slowly turn around. So the reason we look at this is to see if there's any supply leaks, anything under pressure that's causing any kind of leak. So I look at it for a couple minutes, and in about the last 30 seconds, I take a little video, and so this should sit completely still. So if you think you have a leak, before you call a plumber, you can go out to the meter yourself, and you can go just stare at it. And if it moves, and I'll play this right here. So it's sitting completely still. If there was water going or there was a leak, you'd see it slowly. If it was a leak, it'd be slowly creeping around. I'm just going to play it so we have it for the recording.
So where is that located?
That's at the front by the curb.
Okay.
Got the black cover on it.
Okay.
It's almost done. This is the front of the house. This is the garage trim. It's separating. It's just showing a little bit of structural movement, very minor. There's one other crack up here, separation of a trim, of a flashing, and then a couple of nail pops. Those are not structural. They're nothing that's very normal kind of stuff. They're not structurally significant, but this is out front. So if you see this board separating, that's just cosmetic. You just need to somebody needs to get in there and caulk it up, and then just monitor it. This is a little test of the garage door opener. I did a little video of that. So I put something in front of the door so when it closes to see if it reverses. And then also I put my foot in front of the electronic eye to see if it trips the garage to reverse. So I'm going to play this so we have this for the recording. And so I put a brick there. Should just kind of hit it pretty quickly, just that reverse. And it did. And then you'll see it go down again, and I'll put my foot on the eye. that both those tests worked. This is your air handler. This is up in the attic. This is also your furnace. This is also part of the air conditioning. The filter is a little bit dirty, so it's going to state in the report that the filter was dirty, and then a recommendation for a full service of the air conditioning. So even though it's new and it's under warranty, it's always good to have a full service because it doesn't cost that much, and they can see things that may be happening down the road. So that'll be in the report. This is a video, actually. The next one's a video. It was making a weird noise. You're going to hear. You have to just kind of listen. You're going to hear like something loose. You'll hear it. Here. So that's something. It's probably just something loose in there. So that's another reason for service. Okay, so this is just a picture of the drain pan. This is not required by code, but since your air handler is in the attic and it condensates moisture, I'm going to put a recommendation to put a float switch either on the condensate line or on the pan. That's to protect the house from any kind of moisture damage that the condenser could cause. Another thing, well, this is a differential, so you're going to see two temperatures here in a minute. So the differential is the temperature of the air coming in and out of the furnace. And we're looking for 15 to 20 degrees. With a newer unit like this, we want it closer to 20 degrees. So we have a 49. We're going to come back to that. And then we have a 68. So that's what's that, 19 degree differential. So that's a good differential. Air conditioning is working good. This is some organic growths that's forming on the unit. Okay, so mold-like substance. I can't say mold. I'm not licensed for that, but it's a mold-type substance. So this is just kind of showing that it's condensating too much. So probably just a calibration or adjustment. So this is another reason we want to have it evaluated. And since this is mold-like, they need to remove this mastic. So that way you can get rid of that and then redo it. This is the fireplace. You can't see it. It did work. You can see it right now.
Yeah.
You think that will be the priority for, we turn off the wait for a while to, take the heat off?
The fog, you mean? Oh, that's as hot as it's going to get. Yeah, it's really more for looks. You're not going to get, I mean, you have to get very close to it to get any heat. You can feel it about here. I mean, if you're sitting there, you're probably not going to get it. It's really for looks. Maybe a little bit of heat. You're not going to heat the house with it. You're not going to turn the air conditioning on or the heating off and heat the house. This fogging will go away. You can see it's starting to go away right there, so don't worry about that. This is the crack up here. Separation of the trim. Yeah. Full separation.
Oh, yeah.
You got a nail top there and a nail top there.
Oh.
That's nothing. That's very normal. Nothing significant there. Okay, so the next pictures, again, these will not be in the report. This is just to show you what's working, not working. The microwave did work, but the light underneath did not.
Okay.
That light did not come on, so it probably just needs new bulbs. That's just manufacturer label. That's for me. This is showing the microwave did work. This is the cooktop. Cooktop worked fine. This is the oven. It was set to 350 and it heated to right about 350. So the oven was working good. This is your dishwasher. The dishwasher was heating good. So you want to get it around, it was on its way to 120. That's what you want, 120. So the dishwasher was working good. That's manufacturer's label. I did fill up, this is something to remind me to tell you that I did fill up the sinks about halfway with water. And then I pulled the plungers at the same time, turned the disposal on to try to reveal any kind of hidden leaks. And there were no leaks. That's just manufacturer's label. And this is the heating, and the heating was working good. The only thing I saw is in the master bedroom. See, it was 108 here, almost 109. When I got into the master, it was only about 100. So the master was not blowing quite as warm as everywhere else. Still pretty hot, but and then the rest of the house, that's where it was blowing. We had a 103, so it was doing good. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions?
What do you think the factory RC is someone that doesn't have a lot of press on there?
That's the, I mean, it's dead. Yeah, it's because they're not. They gotta rake up. They gotta rake up. I can put them in the report if you like. I'll make it a drink this year. I'll make it. I'll add that when I get home later. Anything else?
Not really.
No? Okay. Cool. I'm going to stop this then, and I'm going to